countdown has begun, and this could be it, right?
Yeah, this could be it. This could be UC Irvine taking a 3-0 and sort of, making UC San Diego sort of eat their words a bit. So here we go. We are going to be on Greystone Ravine. And this is a nice 2v2 map. Spawning here in the top left position is going to be the 2v2 team of UC Irvine, Kespada, the Green Zerg, and his opponent, his ally, the Orange Terran Monkey Saga. It'd be kind of unfortunate if they were opponents.
Boy, that would be like a 3v1 kind of situation, wouldn't it?
Right. And spawning in the right position is going to be the 2v2 team of UC San Diego. It's going to be Revier, the Red Terran player, and his teammate, the Pink Zerg player, Skit. So we actually have a mirror matchup here, Shane, TZ versus TZ. And like I was saying, this map has a nice shared ramp, not too big. So, you can play macro, but of course, 2v2. Somebody, I feel like, always throw some cheese in there.
I've never played a 2v2 that doesn't result in some kind of early aggression or all-inish play. You have to agree ahead of time that that's what everybody's going to do. Otherwise, somebody is going to get caught with their pants down. And we already see here, actually from UCSD, it looks like this is going to be fairly standard. We don't see like any 6-pool shenanigans. No indication yet of like 5 racks. There goes Refinery down, so nothing that aggressive from UCSD. Up here, UCI, same thing. Look at this extractor going down already. No 6-pool as well. And then from the Terran player, it looks like this is a fairly standard build as well.
Yep. So while these guys sort of set up those standard builds, just going to give a shout out to our sponsors, Raid Call, NCIX, and MSI. Guys, join us on Raid Call. We're chatting in between the matches. We're doing giveaways, and we have a Q&A coming up for you after tonight's matches, so be sure to tune in for that. We are giving away NCIX gift cards, and we do have our first winner, which we'll be announcing at the end of the stream.
I wonder if I won. Do you think it's me?
I know. I see the name right now. I can't break your heart like
man.
that. And we are giving away an MSI gaming laptop, guys, which is just such an awesome treat. So please, all you have to do is make a video about a minute long at most, just showing your crappy laptop and why MSI's laptop would make your life incredible. That's really it. Just a nice little simple 30-second, just saying this is how my life would be changed forever.
This is how my life goes from okay to great.
Right. And we are also giving away a BenQ monitor as well. Just so much stuff, guys. So please check all of that good stuff out. Getting back to this game real quick, we do see a Reaper coming out for our UCSD team, Terran, and we do see a Factory finishing up for our Orange Terran. So slight deviations in this build, but both players grabbing some grass. I'm still stuck on that TVT. Just gonna do some tagging here. Reapers are now in the base here, so USCD getting some good information and also doing a bit of harass here.
Oh man, he could be doing a lot more with that Reaper because speed is just barely 30% done. So he stays on the edge of that creep. He can do so much more, but just knowing that the Lings are out, oh, and here they come, he should be able to get at least a few of these guys down. Oh, has to be careful not to get surrounded though.
Yeah, the thing is that when you see pros use Reaper, they make it look so easy.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, since they do such reduced damage, it's just so much micro involved. And actually, Hellions now actually are going to come in here. Does roast those Reapers down just a bit. They are going to be forced to go back. We do see his teammates, Zerglings, kind of trying to join up with him, but those Hellions are going to be pretty scary here. So UCI getting a nice little push out here with the Hellions, but a Ling run by here from Skit. He does have those pretty obnoxious Ling skins there. Those wings are just so intense right now, but the Hellions are going to push them back. So Reaper Ling here, coming out from USCD, not doing too much. Or UCSD.
UCSD, yeah. So it's kind of a similar type of situation. This early pressure here kind of bouncing up against very similar, I should say, non-complementary builds from their opponent, so you can't really do too much. So everyone's going to take a step back and kind of go back into normal mode. Oh, and the Ling's trying to get up the ramp, but that's not going to result in anything here. What do you think of this barracks play down here on the low ground from UCSD's Reverie?
I'm kind of indifferent to it. I think the more interesting thing is that, I mean, TZ, the most common opener is Hellion Ling, just because they do complement each other so nicely.
Uh-huh.
But the fact that the UCSD Terran has gone for Reapers, and
Uh-huh.
a lot of them, is definitely a unique play here. He is getting his command center, and that is finishing up. Meanwhile, the UCI Terran has just put his down, so it's going to be up to UCSD to play defensive and make sure they can hold any aggression from UCI for a little bit here.
Oh, and here come the Widow Mines, just kind of leapfrogging over each other. Boom. Down goes that Overlord. But now the Terran player and the Zerg player of UCSD, I should say the players, now know that Widow Mines are out on the field, so they have to be careful if they want to move out, but it looks like this defensive position is going to stick for the time being. Economically, I kind of have to look at this carefully here. It looks fairly similar, although the green Zerg player here from UCI out ahead in number of workers.
Yeah, again, it's all about that orbital that's down on the low ground for the UCSD Terran player here. And, you know, they are being very defensive. You see the bunker set up. You know, how often do you see so many Reapers just kind of being defensive? But it's a scenario where they know they've forced units and they know that they're trying to go for that economic play. So he's going to use those Reapers, you know, to the best defensive capabilities that he can. He is continuing to saturate that base, and just now we do see UCI Terran finishing up his natural. So
Yes.
it's not too uneven, but a
Right.
slight economic lead for UCSD.
Man, I'm wondering about these Lings that we have here from UCI. They look like they're in a staging position up here, back behind the gold expansion to the north of the red UCSD player. And here they come down, swinging into the middle. Oh, and at the same time, we have some units moving out here from UCSD.
Very nice scouting with that Overseer. Look at that, actually not getting in range. Ooh, a bit of a connect there, but still overall cost-effective trades here. Clearing out those Widow Mines, of course, they can change the tide of any game, and at this point, with a very you know, light composition here, does take out another Marine, but still a good trade here for UCSD. So able to clear out those Widow Mines and stay in a pretty favorable position here. But the big story is Skit right now making 8 Mutalisks.
Yep.
And UCI's Zerg player only has that Spire halfway done, and you know, in Heart of the Storm, man, Mutalisks, they're pretty good, I heard.
Yeah, they're not too bad. And along with 8 Mutalisks plus 1 flyer attack getting started, so even if their opponents over here from UCI get caught up, even if it's equal counts, that plus 1 attack, so good.
Yep, I mean, in ZVZ, typically you do see Carapace now coming down, but in this scenario with 2v2, makes sense to get attack. You know, you're not only just doing, you know, muta on muta battles, you want to be able to do as much damage as you can with those Mutalisks. So here they are, they're now out on the map, they have been revealed. So these guys know what's coming, and look at that production tab, you can see you know, the Spore Crawlers coming down, and I'm sure you'll be seeing some defensive Widow Mines also kind of hit the fray in just a bit here.
Well, the amount of team play and communication that these players must have to use. Oh, and a nice hit there on the Mutas to, you know, make sure the scans are synced up correctly, to make sure that, you know, the units are in the right place. You know, that is so crucial in 2v2 play.
Yeah, and the Reapers getting a little bit bold here. A couple are going to go down. A lot of them may go down. But it looks like Skit's going to take this opportunity to fly, but Widow Mine's doing so much damage to those Mutalisks. And now the flock is down to just, looks like 5 or 6, and that is just not good right now. Skit's Mutalisk count, you know, once at a huge advantage, sort of putting their opponents on the back foot, is now just kind of whittled down from a couple of Widow Mine hits. And we do see a lot of Mutalisks in production for UCI's Zerg player, Kispada. And he's going to be sitting at what looks like, wow, so many Mutalisks. 21 Mutalisks. That's a lot.
That's not a few Mutalisks.
That's a lot. I honestly was looking for the number, and I thought it was going to be like 13 or 14, and then I saw the actual number, and I was just legitimately shocked. That's just so many right now. And that's going to hit so much harder than Skit's Mutalisk count, and this hatchery has absolutely no chance of staying alive. Not only that, there's going to be no surprise Widow Mines. There's only one out on the field, and it's actually defensive right now from UCSD. So, I mean, this Mutalisk count, look at how much bigger it is than Skit's. It's going to force those Mutalisks back, and Kispada is just going to dominate this field right now. He's just going to do basically whatever he wants at this point.
Oh, and this engagement's going to come at a good time, it looks like, because Carapace just about to finish up. Actually, no engagement. That's very interesting. Deciding to back off, looking for the right time, and in the middle at the same time. Look at this Marine Force pushing back. So this is going to do it. All of these mutas going to basically get to do whatever they want. And the Spire...
Oh, yep,
his
Spire is down, and that definitely does hurt. But, I mean, at this point, Skit also lost his Infestation Pit. And, you know, when you're this down in Mutalist count, it makes sense to just sort of go for Infestors and hope for those lucky fungals. But, I mean, both of those tech options now wiped out. We see a huge push coming in from UCI's Terran player as well, and that is it. GG. There's just way too much stuff there. So, wow, that's it, man. That is it.
That is it. And that does it right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, UC San Diego, you know, did mention the fact that they have about a 50-50 record. Like to believe that they won when it always mattered, but in this case, it looks like, you know, this time UC Irvine says, you know what, I think this matters a little bit more. We're just going to take it 3-0.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and go to a quick break, and we will be right back with more of this CSL broadcast, guys, so please stay tuned.
Yeah, it's going to be the University of Gulf versus Rensselaer Polytech. Shout out to our sponsors, Raid Call, NCIX, and of course MSI. So, yep, a few minutes and we'll be back with that second match of the night.